Testing, testing. Test, test, test. All right. We're about ready to begin. We'll begin in about 2 to 1 more minute. Okay, on my pad, I can already see.
Test. All right.
All right, on my pad, I have the live chat open so I can see any live chats. Scott Plyer says the Wizards are back. Of course. But oh, maybe before we start, let me let me get something really quick. Ta-da! I know this is not a Wizards of Waverly Place or Beyond Waverly Place's wands. It's not one of their wands. This is actually Professor Severus Snape's wand from the Harry Potter franchise. So imagine there's like a big bulb of light at the end casting a spell. Cannot wait any longer. Turn this live stream on and be yonder. I think that did it. So, without further ado, it's now 10:15. Let me just open up my notes and then we'll get started. All right, we can close that whiteboard. Alrighty. So, all right, 10:15. So, hey guys, welcome back to the Cash Vault YouTube channel's live stream. And today, or tonight, I should say, we are going to be discussing and kind of doing an overall review of the entire season 1 of Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. I know, it's super exciting. So, this series pretty much takes place, of course, after the series finale of Wizards of, that ended in 2012, and that started back in 2007. But wow, that was just me and my friend Scott Player Pop Cult fans' generation growing up when we were still in school. Now, I'm so excited to discuss and give my review of its new sequel series that just started on the 29th of October this year of 2024. We'll also give you guys some announcements or of updates from my channel and what we can expect next during the second half of this live. So stick around until the end of this to find out what will be coming up next. All right, we've already went through what's going to happen here during this live. So let's get on to the review and the discussion. All right, so, just to let you guys know, I've obviously watched the entire season 1 of Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. And I want to give, first of all, my overall rating of this season. I would have to give this three out of 4 stars, 75 to 80% Rotten Tomatoes. Yes, a C plus B minus grade. I thought this series kicked off really nicely with the new cast of actors that did obviously a splendid job. But there are obviously some differences with the acting type that Disney is having their child and teen actors lean toward these days compared to the 2000s and 2010s. Obviously, this is a new generation and a different one. So times, people, and behaviors do change within people. So I guess the way I've watched the actors perform their roles from the original series, Wizards of, seemed to have a different feeling than the feeling I'm getting from Wizards Beyond. I guess I've just been more used to the original show and those actors and actresses than this time around. I guess when more seasons get released in this new series, only time down the line can only tell if the actors and actresses' characters will kind of start to grow on me, as it might have already done so with some of you. So, I guess I want to add on to that is that, after times have changed and you grow up and you become into a certain age from like being a kid, preteen, and then a teenager, and then you start to watch your favorite series in that time as you grow up, you feel a certain way about it. Back then, like either you really like it or you really don't like it, or you're like, in between. Now, as you grow up into your adulthood or into your adult ages, you go back into that series that you watched when you were younger, and then you might start to have different thoughts and views and different opinions that might have changed compared to what you had before. It's all, I guess, a part of growing up, because as we grow up, our minds change, our thoughts change, our reactions change. I mean, in other ways, we mature over the years. So I suppose that might be some of the little problems that people have when they're judging and rating like sequel series of a popular franchise or series that had already, been released out there from years ago. And then when they try to redo it or into the future, like a new generation of it, people are like, "Oh, I was expecting something similar to the style of the old show." And it's like bringing it back. And then, well, I wasn't expecting something to be like so brand new. And it's like, well, people, what do you expect? I mean, those actors have all grown up now. I mean, they're no longer kids. They're no longer the age of the character they're supposed to portray, and well, etc. Like again, like I said, times have changed. Times are different. Uh, no longer kids. They're no longer the age of the character they're supposed to portray, and well, etc. Like again, like I said, times have changed. Everything working okay? Yeah, Scott Plier, everything's working fine. But what exactly do you mean? Um, just, yeah, but do let me know. All right, so moving on. The overall plot of season one, that I thought was really creative. It's giving us an idea of a new threat that's arriving to go after the main character, heroine of the story, Billy, played by actress Janice Leanne Brown. I thought she portrayed her character very well. I can definitely see where the writers of the show kind of wanted to go with these characters. We can already see similar behaviors of these actors that connect with the characters from the original show. Like, for example, in this series, Billy is Alex, played by Selena Gomez. Roman is Justin, which is played by David Henry. And Milo is Max, portrayed by Jake T. Austin. Winter is Harper, portrayed by Jennifer Stone, and Mimi is Teresa, Maria Canels Barrera. So yeah, we can mostly see that these characters connect in similar ways. I think I just got a chat. Um, or a text I may have got from my phone. Excuse me a moment while I get my cell. Wait. Oh, got it. Oh man, it's a good thing I brought my chair today. Oh. Everything seems to be working fine with the live stream. Oh man, it's a good thing I brought my chair today. Yeah, Scott Applier, everything seems to be working with the live stream because I have my computer network hooked up via Ethernet wired cord, so I'm getting the strongest signal ever. And I'm listening to the audio through my pad, and every audio is coming very clear. Although I am doing a lot of pauses, though, I'm not really always constantly speaking out the sentences in a certain pace. Maybe that's what you were thinking? Yeah, at least on my end, I'm not seeing any problems on my other devices. Um, well, anyway, moving on. So, pretty much, um, in this series, the character Justin Russo is played once again by actor David Henry, who also becomes the next, like, Mr. Laritate in a way, the old principal of the middle school, where let me rephrase that again. So David Henry, who plays Justin here, also becomes like the next Mr. Laritate, who was the principal at their old school back on Waverly Place. But now Justin is the principal of the middle school that he works at, which is where his children also attend. So, I mean, that is kind of nice. I mean, Justin takes a bit after Mr. Laritate's character or style in a way. Professionalism, discipline, and still fun with high spirit. Not a total boring, always working kind of stick in the mud, if you know what I mean. Um, so I was also thrilled to see some other returning faces to the series, like actor David DeLuey, who played the father Jerry in the original Wizards of. Still acting the the same funny ways, like his reactions when he was always mad or frustrated, like Alex. I mean, those lines that he always did throughout that original series, it never gets old. It still makes me laugh my guts out today. Oh gosh. So it was nice to have his character come back to be Justin's father again, to help him with like coaching or fathering Billy when Justin was struggling with Billy's character. That reminded him a lot of Alex, um, when he had to deal who with whom he had to deal with growing up in the Russo home on Waverly Place. At least in this new pilot episode of Wizards Beyond, we can see Selena Gomez had returned for portraying her role as Alex Russo, grown up to warn Justin about Billy's character. That is a lot like her own, growing up back in her time. That she reminded him a lot like her. It was hilarious and refreshing to see that again at the same time. I mean, well done, Selena. But on another note, according to online info through Google, it also says in the cast section of the new Wizards Beyond series, we can expect to see cameos of JT Austin returning as Max Russo, Maria Canels Barrera returning to be Teresa Russo, and Greg Sulking returning as Mason Grayback, who played the werewolf boyfriend of Alex Russo. Um, now, um, I'm not entirely sure if all of them would appear again somewhere down the line, but online also said that it's not a complete done deal with these actors and actresses. It's only rumored and predicted in writing. That section of cast is not 100% set yet, basically. It's not a done deal. But we should get an idea as the series progresses, I suppose. So I'm hoping we can see them again in their roles on the screen, but it's all right too if we don't, in my opinion at least. But I've seen online video interviews separately with these actors and actresses from Wizards of, and they were more than thrilled to see a sequel of the Wizards show come back to life with a new generation of cast and wizards. So I believe that's all that I may have to say and all I might have to discuss about this series. Let me go through my notes again. So, yeah, I'll just end my discussion with my concluding thoughts, and then we'll get on to the channel announcements. But first, I'm going to pause and take a little break. Ah, love that Coke. Nothing but a nice, great cold Coke after doing a lot of talking. Um, so, all right. Well, break's over. So, so welcome back. So, I'm gonna look through my chat to see if anything came through during the break. So, yeah, Scott Applier says, what's funny is there is a rival middle school named Potter Middle competing with the middle school Justin's kids are attending. Now, that's actually a very interesting fact. Though, let me ask you, Scott Applier, if you're still hearing this. Can you put in the chat your answer to this question I might have for you? Is this school that you mentioned, Potter Middle, um, like, is that like a real school, like somewhere in the world, or is it like fictionally made up on TV somewhere? Also, I mean, I know the middle school where they're filming at for the Wizards Beyond show. I know that that's a real school that they filmed at with permission to use for their set. Um but is there really a Potter Middle? Um so while we wait for that response, we can continue. So basically to wrap up the concluding of this discussion of Wizards Beyond, a well done plot. Once again, I rate it 3 out of 4 stars, 75 to 80% Rotten Tomatoes, and great acting with old and new characters. I cannot wait to see season 2 when it is released, which I'm pretty sure would be sometime next year in 2025. As the typical season releases for a lot of shows on Disney Plus these days, and maybe with some other streaming platforms. I don't know how like Netflix and Hulu are kind of catching on to like releasing new seasons of series that they stream, but I know for a fact that Disney Plus seems to have like a constant um pace and habit when they release a series. When a series starts, they do the entire season 1 filming and they get the entire project done with. And when it's ready for watching, then they release the entire season already all at once. And then that's pretty much it for like maybe a few months, or that might be it for the entire year. Because, they'll say, oh, this show is definitely not over. So we can expect to probably see another season arriving. But we may have to wait quite a long time before that um can actually happen. So, anyways, that is all for the discussion of Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. I'm hoping that you guys are kind of like on the same page with your thoughts on the show, and I really hope that you guys are enjoying it if you are watching it at this time. And if you're not, um, I'd say that this is highly recommended if you grew up with like Disney Channel shows back in the early, like, 2001s into 20 teens. If you liked Wizards of Waverly Place, I think that this is a show for you. I would give it a chance. Um, okay, well, Scott Applier had responded. He says, um, it's still airing. The season is not over. The first 9 episodes were released on Disney Plus the same day. Disney Channel still hasn't premiered episodes 5 to 9. More episodes won't drop on Disney Plus for a few weeks. Well, I think I just kind of killed this live stream. Guys, apparently, Scott Applier seems to have a little bit of more knowledge than I do. I mean, he obviously has done more thorough, extensive research than I have. I honestly just keep up with what I'm seeing on the streaming platform application itself, because it's like that seemed like a great way to end a season, but apparently season one is not quite over yet. Um, so I guess I'm just gonna have to give my reactions review and maybe do another live stream discussion for the entire, maybe not the entire season because I kind of like covered most of it already, but I'll have to do a separate one just for like season one's finale for the last couple episodes or so. So, yeah. Then again, I mean, what do I know? And it's pretty late. Oh, Scott Plier said the live stream didn't start right away at 10:15. That was when I asked if things were working all right. Oh, well, yeah, the live stream, I think there's some kind of I think there's like a 1 minute gap delay from the live time to its broadcasting time. So I think that's probably the issue. Um, but I hope that you were able to listen in from sort of around the beginning and up into the current time. So I suppose now things are just pinging on me. Apparently, the live stream's being kind of interrupted, but it doesn't matter. As long as we keep it rolling, it's like more views, right? Of course, I don't mind. Mm. Well, same thing. It's the same message Scott sent to me. Well, anyways, uh, I hope it's at least working for you now. Anyways, so it looks like I'll have an excuse to do an extra live stream discussing um the last one or two maybe supposed episodes or the last bit of season one of the show. So we'll have to see what happens. And when it's released on Disney Plus, I'll finally have a chance to see it. And then after so, I'll gather my analysis and thoughts together and we'll just kind of do like what we did here, except this was for most of the season already. So that's another, that's going into my next point. So we're done discussing about Wizards Beyond. So thank you, Scott, for that fact. So apparently season one is not complete yet. But I think it almost is. So anyway, moving on, we have my next notes. So now announcements for my channel. So this is what's going to happen. First of all, as you all know, the year of 2024 is almost coming to an end, and that means a few more live streams and or videos left to be released on my channel before season four's closure. That's right. Season 4 on my channel will have its finale somewhere in December with either a video or live stream. But from this point, if I possibly have more time before the holidays arrive, there'll be at least one video or more and or at least 3 live streams on my channel by December 2024. That will then be season four's finale. Season 5 is already set to premiere in January of 2025 with a new content topic, possibly in the area of DJing. Not performing, but with like tutorials, beginner's knowledge, do-it-yourselves DIYs on software and equipment, hacking tricks, etc. So yes, it's very exciting. I cannot wait myself to start it. The older content from my channel from seasons past will still be in effect now and then, but season 5 won't just be about DJing content. So, not to worry if you guys are not DJ followers or like DJ fans or actual DJs out there. Season 5 will not just cover that new topic, but it'll be like a variety of content of videos, shorts, and live streams as well. So please do not go anywhere. We are just getting started for a great blast off on the channel. Um, we're just getting started early for down the line. So I believe that does conclude our live stream for tonight. So, any other thoughts or comments? Um, Scott says, I think the chat might be a bit delayed. The season's not over. There will be more episodes. Yeah, that's what I just figured. You said something about that earlier. So, yeah, alrighty. So that does conclude our live stream for tonight. So do not forget to put in your comments at the end of this live if you have missed this. This will also be archived in my lives playlist on my channel to watch again at your own time if you've missed anything. So don't worry about missing it. It was a real pleasure to be back on here tonight with all of you here after all this time, and I will be back again online very soon. I do love you all, so I'll see you all next time. And like what Scott Applier Pop Cult Fan says on his channel, peace.